Warning, this podcast contains another Green Arrow.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for Legends of Tomorrow, Season 1, Episode 5, Failsafe. I'm your host, Clio, and with me I have Dom.
How's it going? I'm right here.
Rachel.
Hi.
Hi.
It's still daylight out.
It is.
It's
Neither of you
actually
don't have a window, so I don't think anyone would have questioned it.
My blinds are closed. I have blackout blinds anyway, so even if it was the middle of the day, you would never know.
Never know. Yeah, so it's a good episode. Failsafe.
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. I don't normally enjoy like 2-part cliffhangers.
Well, see, I'm kind of glad I watched both of them back to back because I didn't watch last week.
Right.
And then so today I watched both of them back to back. So it was just like watching one.
Yeah. See, I don't mind doing that. If they're gonna do that, that should be like when I know Marvel has been doing like Agent Carter the last what is it, this week and last week and this week are 2 episodes, back to back. So if they need to do like a 2-hour special, whatever, and do a double parter, that's when I'd rather enjoy something like this. Even though every episode up to this point still kind of ends and it's like, oh, here's a little preview of what's going on. I just don't like the ending of like, oh, half the team is in jeopardy and you're like, well, fuck.
Well,
I love cliffhangers if they're done well.
Well, my favorite TV show is Lost, so
I know.
so I'm used to cliffhangers, believe me. But like mystery cliffhangers are the ones that I prefer over. We're just not going to tell you what happened to the team right now.
kind of reminds me of Once Upon
like the way Flash ends every big cliffhanger with the post-credit scene. Fucking love every single one of those.
Okay.
But it's not like, oh, a building collapsed on Caitlin and is she alive?
Really?
You'll never know.
I don't like
That doesn't happen.
I'm just saying.
So far, the 4 episodes I watched of Flash, she's annoying as hell.
Caitlin's the best. You shut your mouth. Anyway, this is Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, but then what was Cisco doing at the beginning of the episode, huh?
Listen, I lost my mind. I lost my mind because I was like, this is not Cisco. This is evil Cisco. What is this? Have they messed up Cisco in the future? Like, I got really like scared that Cisco was messed up in the future.
It's Bizarro Cisco.
What the hell did she do to him that made him hallucinate? She didn't give him drugs, right?
She gave him something.
No, we don't know. They didn't say.
They never explained that.
They don't need to.
They could have gave him some kind of drugs or something.
I think they do, because when he asked, "Did you give me drugs?" she's like, "I wouldn't poison that mind of yours."
Yeah.
So, what did she do?
I don't know.
Kind of a big deal.
Well, maybe it's something that Savage had. He's an Egyptian. It could have been not necessarily a poison, but like some kind of herb.
Or maybe it's magic, not any of that stuff.
Did they have access to magic?
I'm sure.
I don't know.
Savage does.
I was gonna say Savage does, but I don't know. He might have done the whole herb thing, kind of like in what Merlin did to Thea.
But that would still count as a drug.
But it really wouldn't hurt his mind. Because it's organic.
Okay, hippie.
It's herbal. They gave him weed.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that was an annoying thing that now I realize they never explained.
No, never did explain. But they did give him whatever shot was, whatever was in that.
Yeah. What the fuck was? She's like, it was a toxin.
But it's not going to kill you. It just makes you wish you were.
Yeah, that was another thing where it's like, there were a lot of things in this episode where we were like, we're going to do something to you and show what it is.
And also they kept her very secret. We don't know her past. We don't know who the hell she really is, or
Yeah,
what she
I
is,
think she's not dead.
or how she is, how she did what she did. We don't know anything about her. It's like leaves more questions.
Yeah, that's why I think she's not dead. Even though she exploded.
We didn't see her explode, I guess. I don't know. I guess we did.
We saw the explosion. We didn't see if anything was left of her.
Right.
Which I think there is.
She exploded.
I don't know. I've learned in TV shows that even if you see a body, especially comic book shows, it doesn't necessarily mean they're dead.
Did she have blue eyes? Because did one blow this one?
No, she had brown eyes.
Was she wearing a red shirt?
No, she was wearing a leather jacket and leather pants.
Well, she was wearing a red dress at one point.
That is true.
I don't know. I couldn't get over. I don't know, for some reason, I just kept like staring at the way her mouth said things and her lips. I'm just like, I don't know,
and
something weird about it.
Yeah, she also has a very purposeful way of pronouncing things because she has such a thick accent.
Yeah.
I've seen her in other stuff before. She's a great actress.
Yeah. It was just one thing.
No.
We don't know anything about her, and I don't know if we will. Which is kind of, I don't know. Kind of makes me think we will.
Depends
on... Yeah,
on...
we're hopping around time. If she lives, we can see her in the future.
Yeah, or the past.
Yeah.
Depends on what time we're going back to.
That's true. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, we may have finally learned what teamwork means. I think this was it. This is the episode.
Maybe. I think
a little bit.
I think what it comes down to is Rip just learned how to play chess.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I have to admit, I love the Prison Break references in these. I was dying.
I laughed so hard I had to rewind because I missed all the dialogue. This is my first Prison Break.
This is my first Prison Break. I'm just like, seriously?
And it's funny because he was the one breaking out, he was the younger brother breaking out his older brother. And it's
the same thing again. Yeah.
That's what happened.
That's what happened. I mean, I never saw The Flash, so I didn't know what happened to Royce or his arms and stuff, why they were all burnt.
To Mick's arms?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, well, I don't know if they ever said how or who did it.
Wasn't that part of the, oh no, because he's not a meta.
He's not, no.
So, I don't know.
No, but that's where his obsession with fire came from.
Yeah.
So he got burned.
It was like on his arms, and there's some on his torso I noticed when they were hanging, but...
Yeah, I can't remember the whole story. I don't think... There wasn't a flashback for it. And
no, because I was thinking he was the guy in the helicopter at like the first episode of The Flash, and then I was like, no, that was a completely different meta.
Completely different person.
Yeah.
People. Yeah. I really liked Mick and Ray in the prison.
This was like their kind of episode, and they had to make the Prison Break references, otherwise it wouldn't have been as good.
I just love Mick just sitting back while Ray got his ass kicked.
Cause like who had was it the old man that had the lighter where Mick was just like, mine, get out of my face.
I don't think it was the old man. It was just somebody passing by.
Walking by.
He just took you for like the guy didn't even care. Like I'm sure the guy cared, but didn't want to pick a fight.
Not with Mick.
Not with Mick. He's a big dude.
No.
Yeah. Oh.
He does not know how to keep his mouth shut. He talks way too much.
Oh my god, he really does.
Just zip it, dude.
Stop, Ray. Stop it for your own good.
Well, it was like when they went back and like went to bust him out. What did Eminem stick in Ray's pocket? Like
his armor. It was in the little case. His little figurine. He took it from Sarah because he opened it and I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said something and closed it and stuck it in his pocket.
Yeah, he said, "Get ready to shrink" or something.
Yeah, he took it. He took it from her, so he put it in his pocket.
Yeah, and
you'll need this when you wake up.
They never used it.
Well, because they would have used it if he woke up, because then he would have put the suit on. But since he was asleep, like they couldn't put the suit on him.
They put it, they gave him. He gave him this really
he wasn't
strange
really
hug.
just asleep.
He was knocked the fuck out.
Knocked the fuck out. Yeah, no.
Because if he was asleep, they would have been like, "Hey, wake up," and he would have gotten up and put the suit on. So he wasn't exactly asleep.
You know what I mean?
This is a really strange hug you're giving me.
Yeah, that was so funny. It's on his shoulder.
I totally forgot Captain Cold's name for a minute, so I had to call him Eminem. I apologize.
I noticed.
Snart, there we go. I legit forgot his name, and I just, instead of blanking out, just went with what he looks like.
I love the fact that his little suit is the size of an action figure.
It literally is an action figure as a prop.
It's the little thing, and I'm wondering when they're going to come out with that.
Now, have they ever explained the science behind him shrinking? Like, have they ever tried to explain the science behind that?
In Arrow, they did.
Did they?
Yeah. It was... shoot. It was...
Yeah, I can't remember
whatever particles they use... Whatever particles are used was what used to shrink his tumor.
Okay.
And then he used those particles in the suit.
Because I really just started thinking about it more because I just watched a video on Ant-Man on how the movie adaptation of Ant-Man is completely wrong and how the movie would actually cause the world to explode. Because
it's a comic book, for fuck's sake, people.
I was gonna say, yeah.
No. The comic, they changed the way it works from the comic book to the movie. Yeah. They completely changed the way it works, and the way that they changed it in the movie is all they're doing is shrinking the space between the atoms in Ant-Man and not the size of the actual atoms. So then at one point in the movie when he shrinks smaller than the size of an atom, when he takes the restrictor off, would be impossible based on the rules that they had established. And then there's one scene with the Thomas the Tank train getting big and blowing away and getting knocked around. They said it would just level the world. It wouldn't actually.
Rules are meant to be broken, but yeah.
So I was just curious if they explain the suit for Ray a little bit differently.
I think they explain it he actually, I think, shrunk the cells because.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was whatever the particles are. Yeah. Whatever the particles are called, those particles shrunk the cells.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he invented something. Yeah, he's been working on it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the problem was his suit was just meant to be a power suit, but he couldn't sustain the energy long enough, so he used the small bits on the engine, what powered the suit on the fuel source, and then that just ended up making it small.
Gotcha.
It was kind of accidental.
It was an oops.
Yeah, it was an oops, just
everything else that Ray's created.
Yes, Ray's a big oops.
He is a big oops. But everything he did this
oops.
Yeah, but I think we finally got to a point where, because I said, I forget, probably last episode or whatever, that everything he does seems to just fail.
Mm-hmm.
But he succeeded in doing what he wanted to do this episode. He just got the shit beat out of him for doing it.
It fails, but then at the same time,
he's succeeding.
It works out.
Yeah. Because he didn't die. He stopped, the old man from getting picked on. He stopped Mick from getting tortured.
Well, I think he did that because if both of them were beat the fuck up, who's going to save you then, you know what I mean? If he was already beat up, he was already fucked up pretty much from the guy in the bully in the gulag. Yeah. But so I think that's what he was thinking is well, I'm already fucked up. If anyone's gonna get us out of here, it's gonna be Mick.
Mick's the guy who's gotten out of prison before. Yeah.
Yeah, prison breaks.
And
all of them. Now you're gonna go back and watch and see all the little Prison Break references.
Was there more than one? I never watched the show, so.
I never really watched. I watched a couple episodes, but there was a lot of similarities in this to the show. The little brother trying to get him out, and the big brother basically, telling him how it works in prison. To keep your nose clean, basically. Keep under the radar, certain people.
Yeah.
But
I think, was grateful to Ray for it.
Yeah. They could not.
Less feeling, more drinking. They stole the vodka. There's always time to steal something.
There's always time. Of course.
Especially when you're two criminals.
Yeah. Of course.
Vodka was a bad choice.
As much as they are criminals, they are just as loyal.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw that with Mick coming in and taking Ray after making a big commotion about it. He's like, I'm not leaving him.
Yeah, exactly.
No, and
we see that in a weird way with S.T.A.R too, because he's ripping it into Sarah about, you're not going to kill a member of our team. You can't, that's a dumb thing to do. Don't do it. Don't kill her. But then he's like, yeah, we'll just leave Ray. It'll be fine. It's like not just yelling at Sarah for a similar thing.
I know, like, when you kill him, don't do it with a gun. Do it with your hands so you can look him right in the face. I'm like, dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he really didn't want her to kill Stein.
No.
Neither did she, but he wanted to make it as hard as he possibly could for her to go through with it.
Oh, definitely. And she did it. I mean, and also, what Kendra said to her.
That whole scene
bringing out her humanity.
It aggravated me so bad. She's sitting there with the fucking sniper rifle, and she's pointing on Stein, and she's hesitating. In the meantime, she could have shot the 3 guys around. And I'm like, what are you doing, Sarah?
Yeah.
It's just, the whole scene aggravated me.
Well, that went and add to the plot,
that's one thing. You want to know what aggravated me? When she killed all the guards that were protecting What's-Her-Face and Stein.
Mm-hmm.
And they go into the lab, and then she just stops? She doesn't follow them into the lab? Because then the Russian lady and Stein have this whole conversation. I'm like, Sarah was literally just outside the door. Where'd she go? Because they were having this conversation all calm and stuff. Like, you guys were just attacked by an assassin. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was laid out very weird, I think. I'm wondering if there were missing scenes.
I'm wondering if there were missing scenes, or they did them out of order. So when they put them in order, it was a little odd. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's definitely possible.
Yeah. I noticed that too, because I was like, that's really weird that they're like sitting here drawing on the blackboard now.
Yeah.
Seconds after they were being shot at.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It was very weird.
But Stein was stalling, so he had to have known something, and that's when he had the message written on his arm.
Yeah. Well, it was seen before, I think.
Yeah.
Well, no, that was when he got it, but I'm saying when she found it on his arm was in that same scene.
Yes, you're right.
So they might have filmed that scene before they filmed the scene where Sarah was shooting at them. So it might not have flowed as well as they should have.
Maybe.
We don't know.
We do not know. Kendra and Jax. I like how Jax refer to them as the JV squad.
The JV squad.
Because they keep getting benched.
Yeah.
But I think they did pretty good on their own in the ship. On
the other hand, Rip has a problem. That he has a point.
Yeah.
Not only is he the other half of Firestorm, what Bandit Salvage wants, and not only is Kendra here, let's just serve them up to you on a platter. Here you go.
But I think what they come to realize in the end was if they planned the plan around having 2 potential risks in the business, then that would have protected them more. Like Rip was with Kendra. He didn't leave her. And, Sarah was near Jax.
Yeah, but Rip's is trying to minimize the risk at all costs, minimize what can happen. And, so just having those people go in after one guy was minimizing the risk altogether.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a link in a chain. You take one piece out and it just like all falls apart.
Yeah, no, you need all the links to make it work.
And all the Zeldas too.
All the Zeldas. You need the Triforce.
I liked how when Kendra and Jax were figuring out how to get a message to Stein, Jax is just like, "Oh, he told me about this one time. Get a knife," and I was like, "Oh God."
It's like, oh God. And Kendra's like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah, no, because I mean, if you watch The Flash, you know what Ronnie.
I didn't know what was going to happen, but yeah.
Yeah, Ronnie and Stein did that to each other before. Huh?
Yeah. Just start carving away your arm.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
And it like appeared on his arm a little too quickly, almost like cursive. It's like she definitely didn't cut his arm that quickly.
Maybe.
Well, it was a scalpel, so it could have. Those are so sharp that you just touch your skin. It's like
again. Yeah.
She could have drawn in cursive like that. Who knows?
But that's also the thing, because then they didn't bandage either of their arms, which they would have needed to after cutting that much.
Maybe it was just a small surface cut.
He had a long sleeve shirt.
Yeah, but it was enough to bleed.
Yeah, but he have a long sleeve shirt on, so we don't know really.
Yeah, that's true. They could have bandaged him up.
You don't know what was underneath that. They put some salve on it and a band-aid. Salve and some.
Well, if they treat one of their arms, it technically would treat both of their arms.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if cutting is going to cut both of them,
but if you put the treating, but the bandaging wouldn't, like Stein would, even if Jax was bandaged, Stein would still be bleeding because Jax is still bleeding. There's just a bandage there.
I was gonna say, he put a SpongeBob Band-Aid on. Is it what? Now Stein's gonna have a SpongeBob Band-Aid.
No, it wouldn't put the Band-Aid on. But if the Band-Aid's wrapped tight enough that it's keeping the wound closed, it should still work for Stein, even though he's not actually physically have a dressing on it.
It didn't look like it was really cut very deep. It looked like almost like a cat scratch. You know what I mean? Just that
cat
surface.
Scratch fever.
I had that. No, seriously, I did.
Isn't that from that movie, That Darn Cat?
I'm disapprovingly at Dom, not at you.
No, it's actually it is a thing. I don't know if we want to call it a disease or a virus or whatnot, but it does come from cats, and it mimics melanoma. Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Interesting.
Yes, it is odd, and it is a song.
It is a song.
They know it is a thing.
Wasn't it in that movie Cat Scratch, or not Cat Scratch? That Darn Cat.
I don't think so.
It's an old movie.
Yeah, I know what movie it is, but
I could have sworn there was cat scratch fever involved in that.
All I know is I have a big old scar on the side of my neck from it. So
it's crazy.
Crazy. But yeah, no, it did look like, like when you get scratched by your cat and it gets red and puffy. That's what it looked like on his arm. So it could have been just the top layer.
Gotcha.
Who knows? Or he's just a fast healer. Because he sucked up all that energy out of that ball.
Barry Allen who?
What?
Jax.
Oh, fast healer.
Yeah. Jax, when he was running, he's like, Barry Allen who?
Did he say that? I missed that.
He did. When he was running to the electrical box.
Oh yeah, that was
when
hilarious.
he finally ripped it open and hit the switch or whatever, he just goes, Barry Allen who? And then he cut.
As he's limping.
So hard.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
It's like as he's limping,
I think one of my favorite parts really was when Jax was talking to Stein through what's her face, Valentina, and he's just like, you're a son of a bitch. You can kick her ass.
And she's talking to him. He's like, I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, shut up, bitch. I ain't talking to you.
I ain't got time for you.
It's cool to see a female Firestorm, though.
Oh, yeah. I don't think she's... Honestly, I think she'll come back.
Yeah.
Well, what's weird is that she turned, like, the blue, so I'm wondering if that is going to be a new thing. You know what I mean?
See, I wonder if that's already a thing, too. Like,
I know. I'm like, let's look at all the DC comics. Type. I don't know. It could be a thing. It could be that, the explosion happened when maybe she took off or something, she flew off and left, and it was like the back. She backfired. I don't know.
See, I would love if they used a different form of time travel here, if they used the whatever happened one, because then they could do things like they go back in time and cause Chernobyl, and things like that. Like,
oh God, please don't. Chernobyl.
Doesn't necessarily mean that won't happen.
No, but it wouldn't, because Chernobyl already happened before they messed the timeline up, and then for them to mess the timeline up, for them to cause it, it wouldn't work that way.
Okay, and also I
noticed even happened in this world, because this isn't our world.
I've also we don't know. Well, yeah.
Is it not our Earth?
They didn't say.
Well, I mean, it's as close to ours as any of the others can be, I think.
Yeah.
But I did notice when Stein mentioned that the fall of Russia to her, and she did she did seem too upset by it.
By what?
About him telling her the future.
I think she was more concerned with changing it than she was what.
Yeah.
So that's what makes me think maybe she knew a little bit about the future enough to want to change it in the past. Or maybe Vandal told her or something.
Well,
Vandal's not time traveling.
No, but time travelers are after him.
Right.
So she could know of the existence of time travelers.
Yeah.
But she didn't know Stein was until he said, "My future," your future, my present.
So I don't know. I'm just very curious about her, because they did an awful lot one-on-one with her, and I know she's a scientist and everything, but they focused a lot on her. So to focus a lot on one character that's just gonna die is a little.
They've done it before.
They always come back.
Look at Carter.
And they keep doing it. Well, no, I mean, if you look at Flash, look at how many villains they've had for an episode or two, and they're just dead as far as
you know.
Yes, well, not as far as we know. They are confirmed, but as far as this timeline goes,
right,
as it stands.
Yeah, excuse me.
Oh, and it's worth mentioning that Rip gets his watch back.
His locket.
Yeah, and
Savage is like, I don't need that.
It goes on about, I look at their faces. It's just like, could you not? Could you not?
Kind of creepy.
Thanks.
Between him and Stein, they need a spa day. They look really grubby. They look like they just got dipped in grease or something. It's really gross.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like, dudes, do you know what a shower is? Seriously. I know you've been around for like 4,000 years, but I'm pretty sure you know what a shower is. Maybe shampoo.
It's been a long couple of decades.
Yeah, right? So like, that doesn't give you a reason to look gross. Just like it bugs me when Sarah comes in and it's white canary and her hair's all slicked back. It just looks like she forgot to shower like for 3 days or more. And her hair's just greasy. I don't like that look.
In it.
I don't like her hair slicked back like that. It just looks gross to me.
Well, honestly, I think I like it because it's not the curly hair that Black Canary has.
Well, I don't mind her. If she had it maybe put back in a ponytail or something, any other time in this, when we saw her hair didn't look gross.
It reminds me of the gross frosted look that Emma Swan has in Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, on all her other scenes on all her other scenes, her hair didn't look greasy and gross. It looked like any other girl, you just throw it up in a ponytail kind of thing, which is fine. But then when she puts on that and she slicks her hair back, it just looks like, ew. It bugs me. It's just one little thing that just bugs me.
Mm-hmm.
But I do love the fact that after she kicked all those guys' asses, the big Russian mob guy was like, she killed all my men? Well, we're not dead yet.
She's like, I took down 6 guys and you guys are having trouble with 1.
He's like, you killed all my men?
Because
not yet.
Thing. He's like, no, you go. You take this one. He's just sitting there. He opens the door for people.
Have you noticed that S.T.A.R is getting wider?
Is it? I thought it was the same amount of...
It looks like it's getting more and more.
No, I think it's the same salt and peppery it's been.
Well,
Either that or he just hasn't shaved his head in a while.
It looked a little whiter to me, so...
Yeah, it looked a lot wider. It was like getting wider.
It was something I noticed, but I don't know if it's significant in any way, shape, or form. But I did notice it was a little quirk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I like how they jump away at the end, and are super surprised when Kronos is there shooting at them.
Boba Fett, you mean?
Yeah. It's like, this happened the last time you jumped away. Why did you not just assume that he was going to be there again?
Well, the fact that, Riff was just like...
shooting at us! I have no idea!
But we're in the whatever zone. Yeah, well, that's the same place that he finds you every time.
Every single time!
I'd be more surprised if they got in there and he didn't start shooting.
Exactly.
As soon as that scene came up and they go, we're under fire, I go, oh, that's Kronos. That's what I said.
But they were so surprised, like, oh, how could he?
Even though, what was it, last time they're like, Kronos is dead, and I'm like, he's not dead.
Not dead.
We figured it out pretty quick that he wasn't dead because, when the Time Elder, I don't know what the hell he's called,
was shown to call him a Time Lord too, but
right.
showed that he was betraying Rip. Kronos was shooting at him.
Well,
I meant before when he said when he originally said he was dead. I was like, he's not dead. I knew that before. So
yeah.
But yeah.
But they fall out of time and space into Star City
2046.
2046. Yep. 30 years in the future. In our future.
Mm-hmm.
And they meet a Green Arrow that's not Ollie.
Connor Hawk.
Not anyone I know.
Connor Hawk.
Connor Hawk. But
was Connor Hawk African American?
No.
This guy was.
Yes. No, I know, but
the comic book Connor Hawk isn't.
Correct.
We have not seen Connor Hawk in this universe yet.
From what I've read, this is in fact Connor Hawk.
Yeah.
And
he is also the one we saw. Is this Flash? Can I say that? In the Flash? Yeah, I'm just gonna say it.
Is it? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Barry in the time stream between Earth's dimension stream sees a Green Arrow that we figured out was not Ollie, and it is in fact this guy.
Yeah. In the comics, Connor Hawk is Ollie's son.
Yeah, that's what I was to say. I thought he was Ollie's son.
In the TV series, they've already said he is not Oliver's son.
He still could have been.
Right, but it's not going to be. So,
well, yeah, I mean, it's theoretically possible it could be mixed, but but if they already said it's not going to be a son, which is going to throw a lot of comic boys.
Not necessarily, because that could be the case under a different universe.
Yeah, true.
These the comic book universe is its own universe compared to the TV shows. Everything is its own universe. DC can do whatever the fuck they want now, and I will never be mad at them again.
You know what? You know. Comic book boys and girls.
I've been mad at them since Gotham.
That's a different bag of cats, though.
It's still Gotham. It's still DC. It's still the same property. So I was trying to make all these universes work in my head, and they didn't until multiverses came out. So it's all good now.
It's all good.
Me and DC are best friends again.
So next week, did I miss anything from this episode? I think we touched everything.
The preview. I know you're going to talk about the synopsis, but the preview for next week, if you watch the commercial, we see Ollie.
Old man Ollie.
And he has a prosthetic arm.
Hey, first very reference to Star Wars. Really serious, guys?
Okay, hold on. Losing a limb does not count as a reference to Star Wars.
I'm just saying, come on. They reference Boba. They reference Boba Fett, and then the next episode they're gonna.
Sisko's been mentioning Vader. He's done some Star Wars references, but losing a limb does not count as a reference to Star Wars.
I know, but I'm just saying. So far, they've been referencing as. This bounty hunter that's coming after as Boba Fett the whole entire time, and then this drops. It's kind of hard not to think. It's like, really, you guys?
Yeah.
Now I can't remember if there are versions of Ollie where he loses arms.
Arms?
Yes. Well, he loses 6 of them.
they keep regenerating.
He's a starfish.
God, you guys haven't watched Deadpool. Never mind.
It's Phantom Limb.
Oliver is a starfish.
I really wish you guys would watch that. Let's say you guys.
Eventually, listen. Give me a minute. Okay.
Because I want to make a joke so bad, but I can't because spoilers.
But what was I gonna say?
It's not really a spoiler. It's just funny.
There are versions of because when I saw the prosthetic arm, I immediately thought of Aquaman. There are many versions of him where he is missing an arm.
Right.
Those are often.
What, a shark? Did Jaws bite it off?
No. Well, you know how he loses his arm? He's stuck. He cuts his arm off. His infant son. If that's not the most baller thing, and everyone says Aquaman's a pussy, I'm like, nah, not the Aquaman I know.
Maybe it wasn't Jaws because it was an alternate.
His own off.
No, I was just gonna say it could have been an alternate universe, and it could have been seals.
The funny thing was, I was just watching the clip from WWF circa like 2001, 2002, when The Rock came back from the Scorpion King, and he was fighting the superhero, the Hurricane, and the Hurricane, he goes, I know one superhero that could beat the Scorpion King, and he's like, Rock's like, what? He goes, Brendan Fraser could beat the Scorpion King. And then The Rock just like flips out and he goes, yeah, well, everybody could beat your monkey ass. Aquaman, he's like Batman, Superman, Aquaman. Yeah, that's right, Aquaman. The dude that talks a fish, whatever. He's like, they're ragging on Aquaman. I was like, there's a little bit more to Aquaman. Like,
everyone boils him down farther than.
If you never had the chance, like, there was a pilot, a TV show pilot, based off of Smallville. Yeah, there's a pilot based off Smallville, for Aquaman. It was like a 1-episode kind of pilot thing, and I believe it's actually still available on iTunes for purchase. If anybody's interested, it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. I don't know how it didn't get put to series. So. Yeah.
Because Aquaman
probably would have been better than Smallville.
There is also that picture of Mamba.
The first 4 or 5.
The guy from Game of Thrones as Aquaman.
Yeah, really the first 4 or 5 seasons of Smallville were good until Michael Rosenbaum left the show.
Yeah.
After he left, after Lex Luthor left the show, it was bad.
Rachel, he's in Batman vs Superman.
Is he?
As Aquaman,
I'm not gonna watch that show. I'm still not gonna watch that movie because that was horrible. I just saw another, trailer for it, like I think yesterday, and I was just like, this still looks bad. I mean, there's Wonder Woman. You don't understand. It looks bad. This looks horrible.
It's gonna be a beautiful train wreck. You don't understand. I can't wait.
It's like that car crash that you want to turn away from, but you can't.
Even your dog doesn't like it.
Exactly. She does not like it.
Okay, anyway, next episode is called Star City 2046.
Okay.
The team encounters a very different Oliver Queen. I am so excited for Old Man Ollie. When a malfunction sends the Wave Rider crashing into 2046 Star City, our heroes face a startling version of their own future where they never stop savage and never return home. The city is in ruins and overrun by criminals, which thrills Rory. He is ecstatic. Mick is ecstatic about this.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah is despondent over the destruction of her home and stunned when she learns what happened to her old friend Oliver Queen. Steve, that's who the director. Steve Schill directed it. If you wanted to know that.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, This is going to be interesting. I
he's my
am
best
very
friend.
nervous to see who lives and who's still alive and who has died.
Old man Ollie with
Calling it now, Diggle's
his
dead.
faux goatee.
Shut up. I think it's
Diggle's,
pretty safe to say.
Diggle's dead, Thea's alive, and
I think Felicity's alive because
maybe the new Green Arrow is Diggle's son.
Because Palmer Tech is Smoke Industries.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is very interesting, because if we're going to believe the article in The Flash from 2024, then it goes from Queen Consolidated to Palmer Tech to Queen something again, and then to Smoke Industries or whatever. So
that is a divorce. I don't know.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily, though. Based on what they've been playing around with in the timeline, could have altered something.
Yeah, that's true.
And this is still the future of them not stopping Vandal Savage. So there's, I don't know, something they could have done. Even like what they did with in Russia. Is that where they were? Russia?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Even like the stuff they could have did in Russia might have trickle effects to the world.
If it is Diggle's son, I'm so sorry I mentioned it. That would, I mean,
it could be, because
he didn't seem to know Oliver, though.
No, he said, I don't know the League or the Legends, or he didn't know them, so he was just like.
Well, they mentioned Oliver. They were saying Oliver.
But he didn't say that he didn't know Oliver. He just said he didn't know them. And the arrow he shot at him had the one with the capsule in it, so it was like a tranquilizer arrow. It wasn't an arrow.
Gotcha.
So
that's
that.
Another interesting thing, because if we see a grown-up Diggle's daughter, Sarah would meet Sarah.
Sarah meets Sarah.
He names his daughter after Sarah because it's when Sarah died the first time.
Right. And
Sarah would meet Sarah.
You have to remember, though, looking into the future, anything that goes on in this future doesn't necessarily mean this is going to be the way it plays out. So if,
hasn't cemented yet.
Yeah, so if we're going through here and we're like, oh, Felicity's still alive, that doesn't mean that Felicity's life is not in danger in current Arrow, just based on the way time travel works.
It doesn't necessarily mean that if Felicity's even still alive, it could be, I don't know, maybe a kid of hers. We don't know.
Yeah, but anything that happens, like if Diggle's dead, if Diggle, whatever, that doesn't mean that that's going to happen in our current timeline.
Yeah, because this is the Star City if they fail to stop Savage.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'll be changed.
And fail to return home.
Mm-hmm. It's a big ball of wibbly wobbly, timely wimbly things.
A big ball of what ifs. So Dom, where can the people find you?
You could find me down below at Phenomenon. Over here. PHENOMEDOM. My chair just like rotated. I'm like, over here. No, here. Yeah.
Phenomenon. Rachel, where can they find you?
You can find me right here. I'm over here somewhere. So right here on Twitch, and Twitter, and on Twitch without the 17.
You can find me at Clio Moto on places such as Twitter, Twitch, and Pinterest, and you can find all of us at ASOTV Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, and right here on YouTube. Follow us for some more podcasts from some of your favorite TV shows, movies, and video games. Until next week, bye. Or next time, whenever you watch us, or we watch you.
We're watching you?
Right. That's right, we watch you.
Oh.
We're watching you.
There is someone standing behind you. Turn around.
Sorry, I was all Hall & Oates enough.